pile one, what wants to be integrated, or what part of yourself are you rejecting? For you, I'm getting an image of a circle, sort of like a pie graph. And most of it is okay. And then there's just this one slice that is really dark. And there's this one section of your being that I see is in the dark, and it is this like sad crying child that you're pretending isn't there. That's what I'm saying. Like there is a part of your inner child. You can have like millions of inner children, but there is one huge part of your inner child that is so hurt and so in pain that they are just there in the dark, sunken down and crying. And I see the rest of you just like carrying on like that isn't there, like the pain isn't there. You could be repressing the pain, ignoring the pain, just going about life as if this doesn't exist. What you're being asked to do is to go into that pain, meet the child inside of that pain, and allow the child to speak what their pain is to you and what happened to them and how they feel about it, and allow that pain to just wash over you so it can be moved past. When you meet the child there and you allow them to speak, you as an adult can then reason with the child or comfort the child. That's a huge thing for this pile, is comfort. You can be there for the child in the way that no one was there for you when the child was getting this pain. You can be what no one was, and in that comfort and love and wisdom that you give the child, you allow them to heal. They don't have to be sitting in this pain, and you don't have to be living with this section of yourself just being sunken down in pain and crying. You can allow them to express themselves and then talk to them like you would any child that was telling you that information. You know, tell them what happened to them was wrong. Tell them that you're there for them and that you love them and that you will pay attention to them and listen to them and comfort them. And in that, the pain gets transcended. You feel the pain, you acknowledge the pain, so it can you can move past it, and the kid inside of you starts to grow up, and you aren't carrying this darkness around. So I pulled cards on what like originally happened and caused this pain. The Chariot gives me the idea, I mean, this is like a bodyguard person, like covered in armor, and it's very fast moving energy. With the Chariot, I'm feeling like this is a kid who maybe had parents that were very occupied with other things. Like they had their own goals, they had their own focus, and like you maybe weren't really it. And Ace of Wands and Princess of Wands, these are cards of like passion and power, but in this context, if this is your pain, people felt like maybe your parents or your home environment felt very not loving, didn't feel caring or compassionate. It felt like these people were very brash, ruthless, headstrong, like you weren't really, this is the opposite of nurturing. It's a tough, like you just have to toughen up and deal with things, or they spoke very cruelly to you. And what I pulled for what's the healed version, it's all softness. So I feel like there's just an inner child that really was craving softness and comfort, and was met instead with fire and brashness and maybe even like cruelty. They just didn't realize the impact they were having on you. Temperance is like a very angelic card. Four of Wands is a warm, loving home. And Knight of Cups is someone who comes into a situation with love. Like they intend to save people with their love. So what this kid inside of you is wanting is warmth, safety, comfort, love, and compassion. Like they just want to feel safe. They want to be hugged. They want to be listened to and comforted. And if you give that to them, they will then be able to let go of that pain and move past it. There's also 4 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, blended pleasure. This is all, the kid inside of you just really wants comfort and love. And if you become the being that gives them that, that is you healing yourself and transcending that pain and moving on without this shadow. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or anything down below. And thank you for being here. Bye. Pile 2. What part of you wants integration, or what part of yourself are you rejecting? For you, I have a rejection of your spiritual side. So you're obviously on a tarot reading, so you're not completely rejected your spiritual side, but I think that you have an incredibly deep and powerful sense of intuition that maybe you're not fully trusting or following. Maybe you're leaning on tarot readings to sort of guide your path forward when your own intuition already knows and you aren't really listening to it. Maybe you're hearing your intuition, but you're wanting confirmation from outside sources, when really this reading is saying you don't need confirmation from outside sources because your intuition is enough. This is reiterated very strongly in the first 2 cards I pulled for you, the Lovers and the High Priestess. These are the Lovers, children of the voice divine, is what's written on the bottom of the Lovers of this deck. And it means someone who can follow the call of the soul without any sort of other explanation needed. They feel a call and they just follow it and end up exactly where they want to be. And High Priestess is a card that talks about intuition. She's like the most spiritual card in the deck. She understands spirituality. She understands her place in it, sort of how the world and people function a bit deeper than other people. She has incredible insight, and Lovers has an incredible intuition. So it's something that you're not fully throwing yourself into. Also got that maybe you think you don't have a spiritual power when you really do. So maybe the people that you're watching might not even be as spiritually powerful as you, but you're looking to them to sort of tell you what to do, when in reality you might have a stronger spiritual gift than even they do. I was getting that feeling quite strongly from this pile. And there's also saying that, I was pulling through information, I'm looking at my notes, but it says there's a reminder here that you don't, embracing your spiritual side doesn't mean you have to be some kind of spiritual guru. Like you don't have to, being spiritual doesn't mean you have to start your own YouTube channel and talk about spirituality. It's, you don't have to let people know. You can just embrace your spiritual side without having to tell everyone everything all the time. You can be someone who knows they're spiritual, who knows that they have intuition and insight, and just uses that to live their life in a more genuine and authentic way. You don't have to go around talking about the dimensions with people. So maybe a part of why that came through strongly, so maybe a part of why you were rejecting this side is because you don't want to be seen as like a crazy weirdo. You don't want to be like mocked for being nuts. This is saying you don't have to do that. You can be authentic without giving every single aspect of what you feel and think and believe to everyone around you. Like that's not required. But you can still embrace yourself. You don't want to reject yourself. But that doesn't mean you have to bring every single aspect of yourself to the people around you. And I think that it would just help you live your everyday life. Like this crazy kind of intuition and being really in tune and locked in will help you just be more yourself. It will help you know situations that you should be in or situations that you should get out of. It will help you read people better, and it will just overall benefit you and the way you live your life. The last card was the Tower, and I was confused as to what that meant, so I pulled clarifiers and got the Hermit and the Four of Wands. This is telling me that you can see through situations that other people can't. So maybe there's a group here that it's giving me the feeling that when you were a kid, you could look at, because Four of Wands is like a home card, you could see through your home or see through your parents. Like maybe your parents had some type of dysfunction in their relationship and you saw it and you were a kid, and when you brought it to them, it was sort of just dismissed or not. They didn't really listen to you because you're a kid and they're the adult, right? So there's some sort of situation like that where I feel like you really saw through things and can see through things that other people can't. But for some reason, and if this was rejected when you were a kid, that would be the reason that you're rejecting it now as an adult. So maybe there's a pain there that you could look into, but you are right on. Like your intuition is so strong and you can see through things so easily, and just because other people can't doesn't mean that your power isn't there, or if they reject it, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means they're not ready to hear whatever it is you have to say. So that's coming through as like a separate message that some of you might have this, you might be rejecting your spirituality because of a childhood wound. And I pulled cards on what could you be if you embrace your spirituality, and got the Emperor and the Queen of Swords. This is an absolute force. The Emperor is one of the most powerful in the deck. He can make anything that he wants to happen. It is like the ultimate power, ultimate manifester. He can do what he wants. He creates the life he wants. Queen of Swords is someone who is so tuned in and so tapped in that, like, I'm getting very strongly for you, like her brain is basically the soul of her higher self. Like she's so connected with her higher self that she has just complete clarity about who she is, and she doesn't doubt herself. She has insight. So maybe some of you are like claircognizant with all these like insights and this Queen of Swords card. So you just sort of know things out of nowhere, which is a very powerful spiritual gift, but it can also be like so easy to doubt. But Queen of Swords is someone who does not doubt. So you can really step into someone who is powerful in what they know, who has an intense amount of clarity and intuition, and can really create anything they want from what they know and what they've learned and how in tune they are. So accepting and integrating this spiritual side will lead you to be an incredibly powerful force. This is like the Emperor and Queen of Swords is such a powerhouse of a person. So that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and thank you for being here. Pile 3, what part of you wants to be integrated, or what part of you are you rejecting? For you, I got a very clear message that what you are rejecting is play. You are ignoring your desire to laugh and play and have fun and be in joy. So you just get the feeling that right now anyway, you're being like very serious, and you feel like things are too serious and you have too many problems for you to indulge a more playful, lighthearted, enjoyable side. And this is really coming through to say, like, joy and play aren't childish. Laughter isn't childish. It's really the whole point. Like, no one wants to just work and get like nothing for it. They want to work so that they can have everything they need, so that they can relax and laugh and play. that they can enjoy themselves and enjoy their life. You're really suppressing this strong desire in you so that you can go and be more serious, and so that you can like accomplish things. And there could also be, I'm really feeling for some people that you're in a really bad situation, like something, this could apply to some of you, but I feel like someone is caring for someone who might be dying, which of course is like a horrible, such a sad situation, but this came through very strongly. So I think someone in this pile is in this situation where it's like, I am caring for someone that I love who is dying. This is not a playful situation. This is not the time to laugh and play. But what was coming through, the message from Spirit is like, yes, this is horrible. Yes, this is grief. Yes, this is real and it's serious. But if you can have moments with this person where you guys laugh together and have moments of joy, it's going to make such an impact, and it's going to feel so good. And that when this person is gone, those moments of joy is what you're going to remember. I'm getting like choked up. So I really think there's someone in this pile who's in this situation. Those moments of joy are going to be what you look back on, and you're going to be so grateful for. You're going to be grateful for those laughter and joy. And that when you look at like the end of this person's life, it wasn't all just stress and darkness and grief, that you were able to laugh with them. That's going to mean everything to you later on. And the same message really applies to other situations. Like maybe if you're really struggling with money or something, it's not helpful to deprive yourself of moments of joy because everything isn't perfect yet, is what this message is saying. And there's a really strong message of, if you indulge this, if you indulge in playing and laughing and having joy and a great time and lightness and levity, it will sort of like rest or sort of reset your system. Like you won't be as miserable and drained. You'll have more energy, and it will bring in inspiration for new ideas. So I think that more things, more ideas, and more things that will benefit you in your life and more insights will come to you if you indulge this side. And this is really reiterated in these cards. The cards are telling what's the message: fortitude, strength. This is the card of strength. So you are pushing through something. Temperance is about balance. It's also a very light, angelic card. So it's saying, if you let go of this armor, put down the sword, and have this balance where you relax and have fun and play, it will bring in this Ace of Wands energy, which is about inspiration and new ideas and new passions. If you play, it will reignite your soul in a way, and that will bring through innovations, inspiration, ideas. It will just help you in the problems that you're facing and the seriousness that you're facing. So I pulled, if you indulge in play, what will happen? Got Four of Swords, rest from strife, Emperor, and Knight of Cups. This is talking about balance. Four of Swords is about resting. It's also my card for like claircognizance and insights. There's something very strong here that I feel like the universe is trying to give you some piece of information, but you're not getting it because you're so serious all the time. And if you just drop the armor and drop those shields and let yourself relax and have moments of levity and joy, they would be able to connect with you and get that information to you. Some kind of idea, insight, like maybe there's an opportunity you're not seeing, a solution that you haven't thought of yet. Something like that. There's something that wants to come through to you. And then Emperor is power. So if you play, it's actually going to benefit your life and make you more powerful and more able to sort of take command of whatever sort of serious situation you're in. And Knight of Cups is about love and lightness and compassion. And I feel like what this is saying with Emperor and Knight of Cups is, again, about balance. You can be serious and in control, and then you can let it all go and enjoy it. Enjoy life and enjoy the experience of being alive, because that's the whole point. It's not meant to just be, you're not meant to be on all the time. You need to turn off and just relax and enjoy things. So that's what I have for you. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And thank you for being here.